The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Your store, your style. By the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, a leading provider of comprehensive sports-based training and therapy.
Welcome to Wauwatosa West High School, home of the Trojans, and this week, home of the Preps Plus. Hi, I'm Mark Stewart, prep editor of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. We got lots of football action for you from the final week of the regular season.
And hi, I'm Lance Allen from today's TMJ4. We'll see conference championships decided and see one team secure a playoff berth in just a few moments. Also tonight, we'll check in on a Milwaukee City Conference soccer team, but we'll start right here on the volleyball court at Tosa West.
That's right, Lance. The young lady we're about to meet is a stellar student, leader, and player. And here's Brad Preeter to introduce her. Here's our Boston Store featured student athlete.
It's been a pretty good season for a pretty young Tosa West girls volleyball team. The Trojans had a match record of 26-10 heading into Saturday's action. Four-year varsity starter Clare Honan has enjoyed the season. Of course, Clare always enjoys being on the court.
It's so much fun for me, and playing with all these girls, they're all like my best friends now. We've gotten so close.
Clare owns the school's career record for blocks and is expected to finish in the top 2 in kills for her career. Her coach says Clare is blessed with natural talent, but she also works hard to succeed because she really wants to win.
She's not one to yell, but she'll show you, encourage you, she'll show you what to do. It's like having another coach on the court, really.
She's definitely one of the most competitive people on our team. She plays to win every game. It doesn't matter who we're playing.
While blocks and kills may be her specialty, Clare's versatility makes her unique.
She might be the only middle blocker that I know that plays all the way around in the state of Wisconsin. Clare plays all the way around because she's good enough to, and reads the ball very well back there to actually be able to play back there.
I wasn't very good at back row, to begin with, especially my sophomore season and my junior season. But working hard at that has given me a lot of accomplishment, because that's something that I never do. I don't get to play back row in club.
Clare's combination of talent, dedication, and leadership makes her a natural to be team captain.
It means a lot to me that they would trust me enough to be their captain and to help them out on the court and off the court. We went to a Madison team camp before this season, and just the trust and the respect that they said that they had for me, it meant so much.
They don't just say they respect her, they really do.
She understands what we need to do to be a better team and how to communicate better. So more than anything, she's just a leader, and she's just a positive force out on the court, and she's never talking down on anyone or negative in any way.
While Clare loves being out here on the volleyball court, she also really enjoys a lot of her classes. One of her favorites is AP Government, and these days there's a whole lot to talk about in that class.
A lot of people who are very strong in their beliefs, and they make those known, but I like to listen a little bit, step back, form my own opinions before putting those out there.
The homework for Clare's government class includes watching the presidential debates.
Listening to the debates, it seems more like a circus and a show act than actual debate for the President of the United States.
Clare holds a grade point average near 4.0. She's smart, all right. And yes, we'll leave the candidate controversies to other media outlets. Clare is happy to share her thoughts on her college choice. She'll be studying and playing volleyball next year at Division I Holy Cross in Massachusetts.
It was a dream come true, actually, just to be able to talk to the coach and go and visit there, and it's the perfect school for me.
This week, Clare and the Trojans will be getting ready for regionals. They hope to keep playing as long as possible, and of course, they'll definitely miss Clare next season.
Just a good kid, smart, works hard, enjoys playing the game, and really will never take the credit she deserves for what she's put into the game of volleyball.
Volleyball regionals get started this week, so be sure to get out there and support your team when they hit the court. And of course, good luck to Clare and her teammates.
Now here's Coach Kelly Dwyer presenting Clare her plaque on behalf of Boston Store.
It's Boston Store's anniversary sale. Our lowest prices of the season, October 12th through the 20th. Save up to 60% store-wide. And with over 300 bonus buys, it's our biggest bonus buy event of the season. Like $79.97 ladies and men's coats, ladies denim $19.97, $39.97 ladies boots, kids puffer jackets and boots $24.97, and $9.97 Keurig K-Cup packs. Shop in-store or online. Boston Store, your style.
Think of joint pain like a warning light in your car. It means something in your body isn't working right or could be damaged. And the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network is where you go to keep everything in working order. Our orthopedic and spine specialists will show you all your options, from non-surgical remedies like physical therapy to minimally invasive treatments and advanced surgical techniques to get you going again. Isn't it good to know what is possible?
Welcome back to Wauwatosa West High School on Preps Plus. And local teams were looking to secure playoff berths and claim conference titles in the final week of the regular season.
And we've got matchups for both those scenarios in tonight's highlights.
The winner is in, the loser is done. It's as simple as that here at Milwaukee Lutheran. Visiting Germantown may be considered the favorite in this one. The Warhawks are trying to secure their 7th consecutive playoff berth. Milwaukee Lutheran, meanwhile, started this year 0-5, but the Red Knights then ran off a 3-game winning streak to put themselves in position for a playoff berth.
Milwaukee Lutheran puts together a steady drive on its first possession. Josiah Hedrington hits Derek Harris for the big gainer. They'll finish the drive with this 19-yard score by Anthony Jackson, who would go on to have a big night. Germantown responds with its own drive. Senior standout Austin Mazden punches it home to make it 7 apiece. Anthony Jackson was a workhorse. He's almost untouched on his second touchdown, giving Lutheran the lead again. Second quarter, here's Jackson again, breaking off a big gain, then getting knocked hard out of bounds by Brady Stroik. The Red Knights turned the ball over a couple plays later, and Germantown would score the next 17 points. Colin Saffey with the perfect strike to Mason Batchelor, 24-14 Warhawks at the half. During intermission, the junior Red Knights take the field. In the third, Milwaukee Lutheran closes the gap on the third of Anthony Jackson's 4 touchdowns. But the Warhawks seem to have an answer every time. In the fourth quarter, it's Colin Saffey on the keeper. He dives for the pylon and gets there. Germantown finishes the regular season with back-to-back victories to earn another trip to the playoffs.
It's kind of been an up and down season. I talked to our guys this week about, how we respond to things is going to really be telling what we're going to do, and they responded well tonight and got the job done.
Throughout this past 2 weeks, it's do or die. We've started the playoffs 2 weeks ago, and we've got a huge playoff run ahead of us.
1, 2, 3, together! Let's go! As the regular season in high school football starts to wind down, each game becomes more critical, folks, and that's what we have tonight. Lake Country Lutheran trying to wrap up the conference title, but if Brookfield Academy can get the W, then they give themselves a share of the conference title. Brookfield Academy wasted no time striking first. Senior quarterback Ian Francis finds a wide-open Ryan Kolinsky. He strolls into the end zone 65 yards later. Up 13-zip, Lake Country Lutheran started this drive, and Adam Milky gets 20 hard yards before taking a couple guys with him. The milkman got you there, and Adam Milky delivers for 6. But this turnover by Lake Country Lutheran quarterback Ethan Wilkins in the end zone will prevent Lake Country Lutheran from getting any points, and Ryan Kolinsky gets the INT. Brookfield Academy will turn that turnover into points. And who else but Ryan Kolinsky? The kid had a great game as he takes the screen pass to the house, 40 yards. But on this night, the Lightning seniors refuse to lose. Kids, always drink your milk, and then maybe you too can play football just like Adam Milky. He has reservations for 6. He goes 81 yards for the score, and Lake Country Lutheran wins 35-19 and go on to capture the Midwest Classic Conference title outright.
It's a pretty good feeling. Being a senior this year, it's definitely
It's definitely a different feeling than it was past years. It's an expectation for our team, I got to say, though. And it's something we got and something our team worked hard for and we deserve.
Obviously, they wanted to be 7-0. They want to be 9-0. Winning it outright was awesome. I think it's like I forget if it's our 3rd in a row or something like that. Their 7th in 8 years. Feels real good. They wanted to be undefeated. Feels good going into the playoffs 9-0.
Feels awesome. Obviously, as like a sophomore and a junior, it's still good, but as a senior, it just means a lot to me.
3 teams were vying for the Southern Lakes Championship heading into play Friday night. Scott Babler takes us to a head-to-head matchup involving 2 of them.
It's the Preps Plus Game of the Week.
It's been a very strong season for the Southern Lakes Conference. 3 teams have a chance to share the conference title, but only one has a chance to win it outright, and that is Lake Geneva Badger. If the Badgers come here tonight to Waterford and get the victory, they'll complete a perfect regular season. Badgers making waves statewide, sitting a lofty number 3 in the latest D1 poll. The Wolverines impressive as well, with just a single loss, good for a number 7 ranking in D2. And the home team with an early highlight. Watch Nolan Weber with a nice one-handed catch. He gets the foot down, good for 17. And that led to this. Ben Michalowski powers his way in. Waterford grabs a 7-0 lead. But Badger can grind it out with the best of them. Here, Patrick Watrous will not be denied as he muscles his way for 8 tough yards. Later in the drive, it's William Keller taking the pitch, and he tumbles in. We are even at a touchdown apiece at halftime. Badger doesn't throw much, but they found success here. Mason DeMay puts it up, and Braden O'Loughlin gets behind the defense for a huge 45-yard gain. Very next play, DeMay keeps it, and he scampers up the middle for a 29-yard score, 14-7 Lake Geneva. But the error was kind to Waterford as well. Matt Corman leads Aaron Chapman perfectly from 30 yards out. It's 14-all headed to the 4th. And that's when DeMay makes the play of the game. He changes the call at the line of scrimmage, and the audible works to perfection. Keller is wide open as he races in. 21-14, Badger back on top. The Wolverines got a late stop and had one last chance, but on 4th and 12, Corman is picked off by Austin Flower to seal it for Lake Geneva. Badger completes the regular season 9-0 with a 21-14 win, sitting alone atop the Southern Lakes Conference.
We knew it was going to be 4 quarters. We knew it was going to be run the ball, really physical game. So coming into it, we expected 48 minutes of smash mouth, tough football.
I got to think that's on your to-do list at the beginning of every season, but it doesn't happen very often. So we're extremely proud of our kids and extremely proud of their effort tonight.
Stick around, we'll have plenty more football highlights on the way, including the Milwaukee City Conference Championship game, and we will also feature a Milwaukee City Conference soccer team that has excellent basketball players on it as well.
That's right, Lance. And for all information on the high school football playoffs, as well as prep sports in general, be sure to check out the Preps Plus website at jsonline.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media. That's where you can find out what games we're covering each week. Stick around, Preps Plus will be right back.
Whether it's time to get away or just get back in touch with what's important, the vintage-inspired, laid-back style of Rough Hewn can take you anywhere you want to go. Rough Hewn, well made to be well worn. Exclusively at Boston Store, your style.
No matter what your schedule, personality, or lifestyle, Our primary care providers do everything possible to make every day a little healthier. It all begins by listening and getting to know you. It's about convenience with flexible hours and locations near you. And it's about connections linking you to the power of academic medicine right in your community. For a primary care provider who gets you, get to us.
Michael Reed has been a September call-up for the Brewers in both 2015 and 2016, and now in April of 2017, he'd like to be on the big league club to start.
But whatever happens, Reed has faith that things will work out well in the end. Michael Reed is our guest in this week's edition of From Preps to Pros. Hey Lance, stop playing around over there.
Man, Mark, I'm really getting up in the world. Look at this. I'm skying.
At first, it was all football for me. You know, I loved baseball too, but football was like my big sport. And, you know, as my freshman year went by, my sophomore year went by, I started to realize that I had more potential in baseball.
Michael Reed played linebacker through his sophomore year. He might have taken the same path his dad did. Benton Reed played briefly in the NFL. But once Michael started focusing on baseball, he started drawing attention by playing well at a couple of showcases. Then the scouts started coming to watch him as soon as his senior year of high school ball began.
At that point, I realized that it was probably a good chance and that I had an opportunity to play at the next level. So when all my buddies were going out having fun, you know, playing video games or whatever, I was in the cage. You know, I was getting my work in. But that's what it takes. You know, it takes a lot of hard work. I'm here to tell you that I did it.
The Brewers drafted Reed out of high school, but he struggled in his first season of pro ball. Reed relied on his faith to help him. He doesn't have to look far to find words that inspire him.
Oh yeah, so this is Psalm 91, 1 and 2. And this is, Psalm 91 is my favorite chapter in the Bible. And then Psalm 62, 1 and 2 is my favorite verse in the Bible. Faith is a big part. Growing up, you know, my family, they really instilled that in me. And we went to church every Sunday and, you know, big part of my life. And it's got me through a lot of hard times.
Reed gradually worked his way up the Brewers system, stopping at least once at every minor league affiliate. He made his major league debut in September of 2015, then got another call up this September. Reed says being a professional means doing the right thing no matter where you are.
I believe it's somebody who carries herself not only on the field but off the field in a positive way, you know, helps the community out, and somebody for young athletes to look up to.
Basketball is the sport at Milwaukee, Washington that has enjoyed the most recent success. Now some of the Pergolders hoop players are trying to carry over that success to the soccer field.
Craig Harden brings us the Preps Plus Team of the Week. Uh-oh.
Milwaukee, Washington boys soccer program is trying to build a respectable soccer team, and one way to do that is to get other athletes from other sports to join their squad.
Oh, it's a bonus, you know. My thing is getting kids who, you know, are strictly basketball or football to, you know, open up their minds and try different things. And right now I got a couple guys who have bought in, and soccer is it, and it's helped us a lot this season. We're starting to do a lot better with multi-sport athletes in the city conference. I've seen it in multiple teams. Guys got guys who play basketball and now joining soccer or cross country. So, you know, we're kind of switching over and opening up that barrier.
I think it'll help. Like, I thought it helped me more with my physicality, like my conditioning and my footwork, like hand-eye ball contact, you know, stuff like that.
To me, I felt that soccer can benefit my basketball game. So I did it for conditioning, footwork, things that can help in the areas that I need help in for basketball.
And although this Washington squad roster is put together with multi-sports athletes, the #1 goal is to someday be the best team year in and year out in the city conference.
A soccer program from Milwaukee, Washington is on the rise, most definitely. The last 7 years has been a struggle. In my 8th year here, I've got a group of players that's dedicated, focused, and about winning. So that's been the culture, and it's changed.
Last year, we had a lot of guys that were more selfish. So this year, we played together as a team, and we started winning.
We're starting to play more together, and they're not being as selfish as we was last year. We're independent players. Now we're playing as a team.
And Coach Dismore and the players' hopes are to educate more people in the city conference about the game of soccer.
It's starting to open up the eyes of some. People don't really know too much about soccer, but once they know and find out and get themselves educated, they're interested. And that's, a stepping stone is getting interested before you get to play.
I did just notice that it is the biggest sport played, the biggest fan base.
And after finishing up their regular season with a win at Milwaukee Vincent last week, the Pergoaters finished their best season in years with 7 wins, 3 losses, and a tie, and they earned.
Congratulations, team, for being Preps Plus Team of the Week.
Hey, I'm J.R. Radcliffe from Lake Country Publications and Now Newspapers. The football playoffs are upon us, and we've got you covered from Level 1 all the way to Madison at The Push, located at mycommunitynow.com/push. We've got stats, photos, matchups, a player of the week, and more updated every step of the way. At the college level, the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater took down Oshkosh in a thriller last week. You can find my Preps Alcove column on the 5 Sussex Hamilton graduates contributing to the cause at lakecountrynow.com. That's also the location where you can find the full story on the Arrowhead girls golf team winning the state championship by a dominating 51 strokes in Madison earlier last week. That again is at lakecountrynow.com. Preps Plus, we'll be right back.
It's Boston Store's anniversary sale. Our lowest prices of the season, October 12th through the 20th. Save up to 60% store-wide. And with over 300 bonus buys, it's our biggest bonus buy event of the season. Like $79.97 ladies and men's coats, ladies denim $19.97, $39.97 ladies boots, kids puffer jackets and boots $24.97, and $9.97 Keurig K-Cup packs. Shop in-store or online. Boston Store, your style.
Think of joint pain like a warning light in your car. It means something in your body isn't working right or could be damaged. And the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network is where you go to keep everything in working order. Our orthopedic and spine specialists will show you all your options, from non-surgical remedies like physical therapy to minimally invasive treatments and advanced surgical techniques to get you going again. Isn't it good to know what is possible?
It's important to warm up before a game or activity to decrease chances of injury, to increase the athlete's readiness for activity, and allow an athlete time to mentally prepare for the activity at hand. A warm-up decreases the risk of injury by turning stiff and rigid muscles into more elastic muscles, reducing the force on the connective tissue and joints from sudden twisting, cutting, or stretching. An individual athlete should warm up for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Warm-ups lasting longer than 20 minutes may deplete energy stores. Athletes, however, should make sure they warm up in all planes of motion, that being frontal, straight ahead, sagittal, side to side, and transverse rotational planes. They should also use static stretching or stretch and hold for at least 20 seconds on those stretches, or use myofascial release using foam rollers.
To learn more about the sports medicine program, visit freighter.com/sports.
Rufus King football had been absolutely dominant through the first 8 weeks of the season. Thursday night, the Generals hope to continue their march to a city conference championship.
Scott Babler has the action in tonight's Spotlight.
Back in the heat of August, most fans expected King and Riverside to compete for the city conference championship. Fast forward to a cold night in October, and the teams have certainly done their part. They are both undefeated in their respective divisions, and tonight the Tigers and Generals will compete for the City Conference crown. King is a perfect 8-0 on the season, outscoring opponents an amazing 48-1. And there was no let up in this one. Opening drive, Devin Lacey slashes for 17 yards. Next play, Justice King right up the gut for the score. Generals jump on top 7-0. And that vaunted King D was as tough as ever. Here, Tiger running back Travis Hayes is corralled by Nick Gordon for a loss. And that set up the King offense as Lacey rumbles for 23 of his 117 yards on the night. A few plays later, Lacey takes a couple of hard shots, but will not be denied as he crosses the plane from 7 yards out. 14-0 Generals at halftime. On to the third, King facing a 4th and 17, but not a problem. A.J. Brown with the option pass to Sidney Royalty, who pulls it down for a gain of 18 yards and a big first down. Then it's King on the keeper, and the senior captain strolls in. Generals now up by 3 scores. Justice is dangerous with his legs. Here he shows off his arm as well. He hits Lucas Johnson in stride for a huge 47-yard pickup. Later in the drive, one of the best runs you will see all season. King with the spin, and he powers his way through 5 Tigers for the score. Justice ran for a game-high 123 yards. The Tigers do avoid yet another King shutout as Jacoby White races in for a late score, but this night belonged to King. The Generals claim their 5th straight city crown with a resounding 28-8 win. The King seniors did not lose a conference game throughout their 4 years.
This season, so far, it's been great, but we've been here before, and we've been here before, and we've been here before. Now it's time to take it to the next level. We won a playoff game. Now we got to get to the next level. We're trying to go farther and deeper and deeper. We're trying to shock the world, shock the state.
These guys entered the season with goals in mind as far as what they wanted to do, and they're putting themselves in a position to hopefully achieve those things.
Before we sign off tonight, we want to congratulate the girls golf teams from Arrowhead and Racine Prairie on winning state championships.
Also, congratulations to all of the local girls at the state tennis tournament this past weekend. And next week, we'll have first round coverage of the high school football playoffs and oh so much more. Until then, I'm Lance Allen.
And I'm Mark Stewart. See you next week on Preps Plus.
The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Your store, your style. By the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, a leading provider of comprehensive sports-based training and therapy.